I'm claiming it, biggest wave at Pipe. You know, if you got a bigger wave, like, bust it out. Yeah, like, I'm not even afraid to say it.
Close to 10 years ago, Kalani Chapman was given a board specifically to ride some of the biggest Pipeline has to offer. This board was made by his uncle, Owl Chapman. Owl is to be considered basically one of the most legendary surfer shapers here in Hawaii. Today we're going to talk to Kalani about that board that gave him the ride of his life. Regarding your Uncle Owl who shaped it, I know a little bit of history behind him through my dad.
A surfer who excels in big waves, the stylish Owl Chapman, aboard his 12-foot Rhino Chaser, the longest board in the contest.
He's just amazing to me, really, as a human being. That I look up to him, you know. I mean, look at, he's the only person that can pretty much copy Dick Brewer's logo. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it speaks for itself.
Right. Can you give me a little story behind it?
It's a 9.6 single fin. We were talking about making a board for a long time, you know, and he wanted to make me a board for Pipeline. And, you know, Al has like knowledge, like, you know, no other to me, at least. He walked in my house one day and like, here's your board, and me and all my friends were just hanging out, you know, and we're just like, whoa, you know. It's probably about 3 inches, 3.5 thick, yeah, something like that. So,
beast, huh?
yeah, it's pretty much a boat.
How many times have you ridden it?
I've ridden it quite a few times, more than I can count, but you know, I got one of the best waves of my life on it. It was a wave in 2005, and it was just a big second reef day, maxing out, and Bruce Irons, it was his birthday as well, and it was one of the biggest pipe days I've ever surfed. You know, it was literally just huge second reef wash throughs, and everybody was trying to figure it out, really. You know, there was only a couple guys that were getting waves. Like, even when I watched the footage, you know, like I said, every set was like, oh, there's Bruce. Oh, next wave, like on the, you know, outside, I was coming through. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So like, if you didn't know what you're doing, you weren't getting the waves, and if you didn't have the right equipment, or you know what I mean, like,
you really weren't getting the waves,
yeah. The board definitely made it so I could catch it and put me in the right position. I was catching a bunch of outer reef waves that weren't quite forming properly on the reef, so I ended up moving in and
darting in, like,
skitzing
in, hopefully you don't get pounded. Basically just
praying, I wouldn't get caught inside, and I moved in. There it was, the best set I've ever seen in my life, and I let the first one go by, and the second one, like, I seen, and it was literally everything that you could ever ask for, pretty much. Like, I got into this thing and faded, and it just hit the reef like no other wave I've ever seen, and I dragged my hand down the face and just I like basically was staying as low as I could, and the thing grew and grew and grew, and I've never surfed a board like that, you know what I mean? So it was all new to me, and it was really trippy because when I was in the barrel, there was jet skis in the lineup, and you know, when you surf Chopo, you see like jet skis and boats and whatnot in the channel, and it reminded me of Chopo, the wave, a lot.
Did you feel a little soulful, kind of, when you're on it?
Oh, no. This was
just like in charge
no, this was
mode?
no soul. This was more just life and death type of thing.
Okay. What did he say to you? What was his like
ha,
ha, ha?
Yeah, he was just like, you know, he cusses sometimes when he gets really excited and stuff, and he was just like, you know, I told you so. You should have ridden it before. You got to ride it every time you go out, you know, like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Ow, I'm like, I don't know, you know, like.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's really right, because I've been barreled with this board on a wave this big, literally like a 2-footer, like deep barrel, and had like 5 feet of the board, you know, sticking out, you know.
Yeah.
And this board, literally, if you were like to almost have any board in the world, you know, like you could have one of them, I think this would be the one I would pick.
Roger.
Because it's for every single size, basically, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
huge.
Yeah. Like, it was like wave of my life on my family's board. I'm claiming it, biggest wave at Pipe. You know, if you got a bigger wave, like, I want to see, you know, like, bust it out. Yeah, like, I'm not even afraid to say it, like.
I love it, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Instead of just taking waves, give a wave. You know, give a smile, meet a friend, be nice to them, find out where they live. They might have a good-looking sister.